Hello, my crafty friends. Hey, everybody. It's Tuesday. Tuesday live. We're Tuesday. The Tuesday tribe, and let's all get organized. Mana mana dee 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 dee. Mana mana dee 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 dee. Mana mana dee 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 dee. Hey, everybody. Happy Halloween to all of you who are celebrating Halloween. I have my home word out this morning. This is part of, some of you have been following along for a long time. You've seen as we make a new O each month in our Sassy Crafters group for our home word. This month we have a little Frankenstein head, obviously because of Halloween. So I just thought that would be a fun way to kind of open up the show today. Now, it's just me. Yay, Katie's on board. She says, I can see you and hear you perfectly. Trick or treat. Glad to see you, Cindy Posa. Everybody, oops, let me close this so I can see my screen. Diane, welcome. Josette. Howdy, neighbor. I'm so glad that you popped in to join us today. Josette lives just up the road from me. She's a golf gal pal. Let's see, Bobby Ann Day and Jean Barber. Thank you, everybody, for joining. So I'll put my little toy away now, but happy Halloween to all of you for popping. Thanks for popping in today. I'll move this over. So I have a little bit of an issue today. I think I tore my rotator cuff, so it's kind of hard for me to move this arm around. So as I'm grabbing things, if I'm groaning, that's why. All right, everybody. I have kind of an interesting little fun thing today. Okay, first of all, basic stuff. If you're new and you have a question about something in your craft stash that you need a little help organizing, all you need to do is type the word question in all caps, or a bunch of question marks also works. And Katie King is online and she is watching for those questions. I'll watch. Barb Carlson, I hope you're here today. Barb's always helpful with that as well. Terry, all you gals. So if you're new, that's how you get a question asked, and we will watch for it. If it goes a ways and we don't answer it, please feel free to type it in. Again, sometimes the feed goes so fast we can't catch those things. That's the number one thing. The number two thing, if you're new, is that we give away a $25 gift certificate every week. So you have to get your name in the feed. So comment, ask a question, tell us where you're from. Maybe you're brand new or how long you've been following along, anything like that. That'll be awesome. And we'll watch for your question. And then you will get into the drawing. And at the end of the hour, Katie King will draw a name from everybody who's commented, and you'll win a $25 gift certificate. So thank you for joining us. Today is Today is October 31st, 2023. I was asked by somebody to always give the date at the beginning because some people are watching late and then they're like, I didn't see this or I didn't get that. So, but just so you know. Okay, really big announcement for those of you who have been following along. Well, two big announcements actually, but they're the same kind of announcement. Next Monday evening, I think around 5 o'clock, my crafty bestie, Stephanie Bernard, is launching the long-awaited toolboxes. So if you are in the US and you have been waiting for those toolboxes, they are going to launch on the Stamps of Life with Stephanie Bernard on Monday night. And if you are in Canada and you've been waiting for the toolboxes, we're going to do a Paper Crafters workshop launch for you people in Canada, for you crafty Canadians, on November 8th. So mark your calendars. If you're not familiar with the stampsoflife.com, I can't believe that would be true, but if you're not, go over to the stampsoflife.com, jump onto Stephanie's email list, follow her on Facebook and YouTube so you don't miss the launch. And if you are in Canada, Paper Crafters Workshop is where we'll be launching those on November 8th. So if you want to get your hands on toolboxes and you want to be the first people to have them, that is the time to do it. All right, I got a lot of stuff popping up in the feed already. Let's see. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything here. Okay, and so then the other thing is that you all have been asking me for a peek of my craft room, and so I'm going to do that today. Susie's not here, so I'm going to get behind the camera. And it's hard kind of to move the camera around, but I will show you what's going on in the Crafty Casita and how it looks. And I'll just be totally honest with you. It looks really good and nice and neat and clean right now because it is going to be part of the Wickenburg Home and Garden Tour on Saturday. So obviously I had to clean everything up and make it look really, fancy and organized and tidy. Well, it's not fancy, but it is organized and tidy right now. It's actually a very working studio, which you all know, but it looks nice and neat and tidy right now. Okay, my friends. What else do I need to tell you? Let's see what we've got. Cindy posted just asking, are there any more new items coming out? Well, I could sneak peek something. It's not going to be here till January at the earliest, though. And that always kind of makes me nervous. But where did I put that? I'll have to think where I stashed that away. I did get a prototype of something that's new and ready to go. And I might have talked about it a little bit before. Well, we'll see. But yes, there are a few new things coming out. We've got lots of stuff in the pipeline. There's just been a little bit of a jam up with the new website and all that kind of stuff. But we've got scrapbook.com on board, always the Stamps of Life on board. I know lots of you shop Totally Tiffany products. Simon Says Stamps. So you'll see all of those things coming out there as well as on our website. But I know it's easier kind of maybe to go to scrapbook.com or Stamps of Life because it's a little bit more contained in those areas. So yes, there's some new stuff, and I will try to remember where I put my samples in my tidy up, and I will show you those. Julie Menches says, do you have a toolbox to show? Well, I actually do. I have all three of them, actually. 1, 2, and 3. So we have 3 sizes of the toolbox, and you will see all of these on Stephanie's show on Monday night. This is a 9x4. This is 9x6, and this is 5x7. They all work. They all have the same. They zip close. They're cut down in the front for easy access to what you have stored in there. They have a top handle and a side handle. They have a label pocket on the side. They are great, obviously, for any kind of tool storage, right? If you're looking for a bag to throw those odds and ends into, things that don't fit anywhere else, these are great bags for that. That is essentially what they were designed for, right? I just need somewhere to put all those bits and pieces, things that don't go together, random tools. That's what these bags were designed for. They are also the same size and dimensions as the slimline storage pockets and magnets, the 9x6, so there's actually some in here, 9x6 pockets and magnets fit in the 9x6. So this would be the same size as the Kirsten Buddy bag. So if you have slimline storage, if you have the Kirsten Buddy bag and you're using it for 9x6, but you want to be able to zip things in when you travel, that is a great reason to have this collection. You're just going to take a few things. You want to zip them in, keep everything nice and safe while you're traveling around or throwing it around, whatever you're doing with it. These are great bags for that. I used this one the last trip that I took as my cosmetic bag, just kind of testing it out. It worked really great. It was a little big. I don't travel with a lot of stuff. I might try this one on my next trip, which is coming up in just 2 weeks. It's a little bit smaller, but they worked great for that as well. So many different uses. You're going to love them for so many different things. They're great little first aid kits. You know, the double zipper, they all have the double zipper, right? So you can go 1 zipper or 2 zippers around, but yeah, I think you're going to love them. And they're so cute, right? They've got that little handle, kind of that fun little, option there. So those are the toolboxes, 3 sizes, 9x6, 5x7, and the 9x4, which is the slimline size. So they do, of course, work with all your other Totally Tiffany products. So there is your sneak peek of the toolboxes. Shar says, love your cactus earrings. Thank you. I have here's kind of a fun thing. We're doing, I'll show you when we do the tour. You know, I can't zoom in. This is my little I Love Cactus bracelet. I made it with my new We Are jewelry press. So if you got a jewelry press on HSN last week when we did the HSN craft show, we are actually going to use the jewelry press as part of the Home and Garden Tour fundraiser. People get to make their own little jewelry. So I have my I Love Cactus bracelet today. Thank you. About the earrings. Thank you. I'm a cactus junkie. Does the Spellbinders glimmer machine fit in any of the toolboxes? Billy Sue Woolley is asking. I don't think so. I don't know the exact size of it, but if it's the same size as this is the foil press, the Crafter's Companion foil press. If it's the same size as this, which I'm guessing it might be, right? They're kind of all about the same size. It's too big for any of those. However, if you put it, there's the cord, there's my plates, all the little goodies that work with it. I just have this in a number 4 slide stash and store. Then you can drop it into your lowest tote. So if you're looking to be able to transport your foil press or possibly the Spellbinders glimmer press around, put it into one of your slide stash and store. And again, I believe this is number 4. Yep. Put it, and then it'll drop right into your lowest tote and make it really easy to transport around. If you want to keep it transportable, it will probably fit perfectly with all its pieces in a Nancy tote. So if you just wanted to always keep it in that tote to take it with you, I would look at the Nancy. But otherwise, store it on your shelf in a slide stash and store. Pop it into your lowest tote when you travel with it. It's a little big. But the demand for these has been so, I mean, we've just had people waiting and waiting as I've introduced them. So you may see bigger versions of this bag come out as well, depending on how things go. Okay. Will TSOL be doing the toolbox in pink? Not that I know of. Sorry, for those of you who don't know, TSOL is the Stamps of Life, which is Stephanie Bernard. So I don't know, Barb, if she will or not. Right now, no, she's going to launch just in black. It's some down the line, she may have some colors, but the launch I know is all black. That's all we've done so far. Question, remind me, what is the real name of the toolboxes? When I search Toolbox on the CC website, they don't appear Lori Patterson. They're not on there yet. The name of them is Toolboxes. So they're just like 9x4 toolbox, 9x6, 5x7 toolbox. That'll be the name. They won't launch on our website. I think Stephanie will have them for at least a week on her website alone before they launch. And to be honest with you, they are a U.S. website, a U.S. warehouse item. And I don't know that they have the website fixed to be picking up U.S. warehouse stock. So please look for them on the stampsoflife.com. They will also be available on scrapbook.com. And again, in Canada at Paper Crafters Warehouse. Again, Stephanie, the stampsoflife.com will have them first. And I think she will have them for a week. Usually when she does a launch for us, she gets at least a week, sometimes 2 weeks. So I will be putting up some more pictures and sharing more information about them over the next, well, I probably won't, but Katie King probably will actually, over the next couple of weeks. But you'll of life if you want them right away. And then the next appearance will probably be on, I don't even know when they will pop up on our own website. So just keep that in mind. We have still this weird thing between the US stock and the website, which is, and they're working on it. The goal is for you to be able to buy US stock on the Crafter's Companion warehouse website, but there's some issues with the warehouses speaking to the website or however that works. They're working on it. What do you recommend for sorting Prima molds? I don't know what size they are. I can pop over here. This is the beauty of Susie, and she's usually here, right? But they're all, silicone. They're all silicone molds. One of the things that and they're all different sizes. So one of the things that I originally had in here And I'm going to grab them really quickly and I will show you. I'm going to take our pockets out. So you're going to have to bear with me while I go over here and out of view of the camera, because usually Susie would be grabbing things for me, but she is out traveling around. She's such a traveler. Oh, here I have one that has some in it already, actually. So right in here. So this is the 5x7. And these are not the Prima brand. They're another brand. And it's the smaller ones. But what I did, and I don't know how the Prima comes packaged, but what I did, so with these molds, right, I just used the packaging to create a file folder to hold the mold. Ta-da. So I cut the packaging, use this to write the label, but you can see there's the back side of the packaging. It has a little picture on the front of what the molds look like. So this is an earring mold, right? So there's a picture, and then I was just able to write on the top. And I did these in a couple of different sizes because the molds come in all different sizes. So it might work for you to have a couple of different sizes of the toolboxes. The reason, one of the nice things about zipping up in the toolbox, these have a distinct aroma. I like it. You probably tell that because I'm smelling them. But when you zip them in, it keeps that aroma contained as well. But you can see I have a few different sizes of them in here. The smaller ones I put into just the regular pockets. So you know how I am about saving packaging, right? You have those images, you have information. So I've got the smaller molds. This is just a 5x7 tab divider pocket, 2 different sets of the small molds. I just pop them right in there. But this allows me, which you know I love, everything is vertical. It's a filing system, so I can flip through it and see exactly. Matter of fact, I could go this way on it and give you a better shot, I think, right? So you can see how I've just created that filing system, and I'm able to flip through there and see all the different molds that I've got and the labeling and that type of thing. So I think the toolboxes work great. One of the things about those resin molds is that they do come in really big sizes as well. And that may be a motivator, another motivator for us to do a bigger toolbox also. So we'll see how the launch goes and how you like them. One of the things, a lot of you have been around for a long time, you know about this. One of the things about launching a product is it gives you, the end user, an opportunity to play with it and see what you like and what you don't like. And that's awesome for me, because then during Tuesday Live, I get all this feedback that says, I need this size, or I need that size, or it would be better if this was this way, or whatever. So usually we launch a small collection, 3, and then we're going to get your feedback, and I'm going to be able to make changes that really work for all of you out there who are actually using the product. I mean, I use it, but I'm only one opinion. So hopefully, yeah, you're going to get them in your hot little hands next week. And then I'm going to hear what you like, what you don't like, and what new sizes we need. All right. Question. Is there a chance the button bag set will come back? Allison Jacobs. Allison, you know, it's so funny that you asked that. I just was in a meeting with, I'm looking for the button bag set so you can see what it looks like. I was just in a meeting with the buyers for Joanne, and they were asking about the sewing storage solutions that we've got. And this is one of the things that we showed them. So if you haven't seen the buttons solution here, what makes this unique? So this is a Dawn Buddy bag, but it came with these little pockets, and each pocket had a little cardboard, or I guess cardstock insert. And the cardstock insert is why everything stands up, right? You know me, I already said it once today, vertical, 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 so that you can create this little file for your buttons. And again, let's see if this is helpful. So and these are all rainbow, right? So as you pull them out, you can see the color or the shape, but everything stays vertical and organized. I mean, I think there's even some ribbon in here and that type of thing, right? Some different tools, elastic tools and that kind of thing. But it does, when you close it up, right, you get this kind of rainbow effect. It's better even from the bottom of what those things look like. So we did talk with Joanne a little bit about this product, this type of product, maybe even doing something a little bit larger. So I will keep you in the loop. As of now, it's not in production or anything, but it is something that we are talking with the Joanne stores about bringing in or doing a special size and shape for them also. Oh, timely. What a good timely. Comment. It was nice to see you on HSN last week. I hope this becomes a regular thing. Barb Carlson. Barb, you're so great. HSN is so fun. I'm going to tell you something about HSN too. I've said this before. It is really, really fun to be there on craft day. All of the different brands that are there, we're all friends. We all support each other. We all encourage each other. We're all happy for each other when things go well. If we need help or supplies or prop stock or any of that kind of stuff, everybody there is really, really very helpful. So not only is it fun business-wise, it is really fun to go and be with all those ladies. Everyone that you see on HSN on craft day, they're great. They're all great gals. So hopefully I will be there more often too, Barb, as we get our stocks built back up and our options for HSN. Comment. Yes, it was great to see Tiffany on HSN last week. Thanks, Paula. Question. Is the extra large fab file still available? Lareed. No, but I am working hard to get that back. So for those of you, extra large or the jumbo? Yeah, the extra large should still be available. The extra large is the 12 by 12. The jumbo is the 12 by 18. So if you're talking about the XL, that is the 12 by 12. I think technically the 12 by 12. This one. So it works with our 12 by 12 pockets. It should be available. The website is weird right now. If I can't say this enough, if you're looking for totally Tiffany products, the Stamps of Life carries all the things that are small enough to ship easily. Scrapbook.com carries everything we have in stock in the U.S. warehouse. There's just been a lot of weirdness getting that new website organized and everything showing up and running. So we do have them. We do have the 12 by 12 pockets. If you're asking about the jumbo, which is the 12 by 18, I don't have one here, but same kind of premise, 18 inches long, 12 inches tall, I think 2.5 inches deep. I'm working on getting those back too. So yeah, people love them. When we do have them, we can't keep them in stock. They're just not what we call a core item. So they're not there all the time, but I'm working on that. If that's what you're asking about. All right. So I want to talk about the tour, and then I'm going to, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and pop them up and Katie will get them. But I am going to be away from the computer and the little phone screen, so I can't see questions for a moment. And I'll take you on a little tour of what the Crafty Casita is looking like right now. So, well, I could take my phone, I guess. All right, so you won't be able to see me. You'll just, I'm going to just roam around here, and I'm going to do the best I can with the camera. And we will see. So what you are looking at, obviously, right now is kind of my main stage area of product, right? So the majority of my dies and stamps are here. Not all of them, but the majority of them. There's something I'm always talking about when we are, I have to figure out how to use the tripod here and be able to turn things around. Oh, that's not the right thing. Oh, tighten that back up. Let's see. I know there's something. I need to loosen something. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's the computer. Susie's not here. This is all the things you guys regularly see, right? This is my main area of supplies. There we go. There's the Crafty Casita door. Just spin around. A little weird is good, right? We all know that. Okay, now I'm going to try not to trip over the tripod as I move this around. So there is one scrap rack. And here is kind of my main storage area. Now, a lot of the bins that are in the top there that you're seeing. So the top, very top shelf. Let's see how good I am at this. the very top shelf is product, usually backstock product, things that I haven't used. I mean, that are not in use, obviously. And then the totes on the shelf here, these are mainly, this is where I'm always sending Susie. I don't know if you can see the labels on them. This is usually where I'm sending Susie to grab things when I'm like, hey, get this. Can you show this? And then you can see the bottom two shelves are kind of working shelves. That's where products are that I actually just want to be able to grab, right? So paints, glitters, embossing powders, some but not all of my washi tape collection is in the storage and supply cases there. You can see how much I love my stadium arrangers because everything is just right at my fingertips when I'm grabbing those type of things. There is my new and super fun jewelry press. So if you pick that up from HSN, I don't know if it's arrived at your home yet, but you are going to love it. It's so much fun. I'm making all kinds of things with it. And it's so fast and so easy to use. I just love it. All right, let's see. Question. I've got a couple questions. I'm going to try and keep my eye on Katie's feed while I'm just doing this quick tour, and then I'll come back and answer all the other questions. So these totes right here on the floor, these are products in development. That's where I keep everything for new product development. Yikes, I'm stepping over the tripod right now. That's my little, actually, desk space. You see my little Cricut there. These are a couple of projects that we made in Sassy Crafters. This one and that one. That's my actual just desk workspace. Not very interesting. And then we come back along this wall, and you can see there's my podcasting equipment. Oh, it's not very tidy. And then just some more of the stadium rangers, my big old scrap rack there. Underneath where you see this chair, this standing desk, there's 2 paper carts under there. So that is where the majority of my paper is, in those paper carts underneath the table there. Sorry if I'm making you sick. I'm trying to go slow with the Zoom feature. So, all right, my friends, there's my little wall. Susie's at Susie's director's chair, actually. So, all right. So if you have questions about the actual space here, I'm happy to answer those. Just going to rotate this back around. Try not to go too. Look at, I'm just not my Susie, come back. Okay, let's see. Let's get back to screen here. I think that's it. I think that's where we were. Tighten this up. Tighten this up. All right. Hopefully I'm not going to cut my head off when I come back around. So there's the little tour I've been promising you all as I tidied up the crafty casita. And again, I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Okay. Question. Oh, what table is the scrap rack on? The big scrap rack is just on a shelf that my husband put on the wall for me. So if you're doing that, he has got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's probably a 6-foot shelf. I've got 3 base units on it. Would it be 6 feet? Yeah. And he's got 5, at least 5 brackets underneath. So if you're going to put your scrap rack on a shelf, this shelf is the perfect height for me to be able to roll the IKEA Calyx, which is on wheels. Oh, I'm going to be doing a special presentation on the Calyx and how to organize your Calyx or Expedit on Paper Crafters Workshop. That's coming up. So keep your eye on social media. We'll give you the dates and times for that. So if you have those products, I'll be kind of showcasing which Totally Tiffany products work best for that. But this shelf height allowed me to have enough space between the Calyx and the shelf that I could put another scrap rack on top of the Calyx and still slide it under there. Right now, it's got some punches and other things on there. But if I needed to put a second scrap rack, like the one that's on the rolling cart over there, I could totally do that. So if you're asking Kim about that table, that is actually a shelf. If you're asking about the single scrap rack, that is on my paper cart. So if you have the Totally Tiffany paper cart with the metal top, it will hold a single base scrap rack. And then you can put all your paper underneath it. So you have all your embellishments and ephemera and all that good stuff in your scrap rack. And then you've got the corresponding paper categories underneath it. It works great that way. If you have the Totally Tiffany paper cart, it's ideal for that. All right. Let's see. Comment. I wish you were my neighbor. Wowzer. LOL. I would be over often to craft with you. Sandy Lopez Suarez. I know, it's so fun, isn't it? It's the perfect space. The table, to have friends. It's so fun to have friends over. The tables are all on wheels too. So if I'm going to have friends over to craft, it's easy to roll the table out into the middle of the room or turn it sideways so you can have 2 or 4 people at the table. We did a big thing here where we made cards for this event, and I had a couple of girlfriends over card making. It was a perfect little way to do that. It didn't look so tidy then. It's kind of fun to get it all tidied up for the show. Okay. Let's see. Let me go back up here. Now that TT customer service is no more, is there an email we can use to send you ideas with measurements? Jody Sargent. Yeah, just send them to me at tiffany@totally-tiffany.com. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, we've got to get them somewhere, right? So Cece doesn't usually like me to give out that email address, but I need to hear from you. So tiffany@totally-tiffany.com if you have comments or suggestions. And the one caveat to that is I can't necessarily respond to every email that I get. So please keep that in mind. If you're sending in questions or whatever, I will try my best, but sometimes I get a little bit bogged down in email stuff, just regular work stuff. So yeah, just forgive me if I don't respond to you right away, please. What item do you carry that would be good for paper scraps? The Scrap Master, which brings me to, let's just pull one out of here real quickly. The Scrap Master. So this goes right in your 12 by 12 paper handler, your 12 by 12 fab file, your storage and 12 by 12 paper taker. And it has all these pockets on the inside. I have an extra pocket in this one, actually, that for storing all of your scraps. I'm going to go overhead. I always forget about that overhead camera, and then I get to have products facing me when I go to the overhead. So you've got 3 gusseted pockets on this side, and the gusseted pockets have 2 slits in them. So if you gusseted this all the way out, it goes out almost an inch, you would use the top slit to secure the tab. But if it's not all the way out, then you can use the bottom. So you've got 3 gusseted pockets on this side. You've got a big slash pocket on this side. You've got a pocket here on the front and a pocket on the back. And so one question I get about these all the time is, why aren't there flaps on these pockets, or why aren't there divided pockets on the back? And the reason is because when you put this product in next to another one or paper, you want it to slide in and out easily. And if you have pockets, things get hung up on it, right? So flat pockets on the outside, and then the gusseted pockets on the inside. Now, one other thing people ask about this is, why doesn't it hold 12 by 12 paper? It does hold 12 by 12 paper if it's truly 12 by 12 paper. But remember, it's designed for scraps. It's not designed to actually hold a 12 by 12 paper. So that's why there's a little bit of a battle if you have paper that's 12 1/4 or 12 1/2 to get it in here. Remedy. So this is red and pink scraps. So I don't need to store paper in here. But if this was, let's say, Christmas scraps, right? I would have all the Christmas scraps in here. And then if I only have, 3/4 of an inch of Christmas paper, then I could put the 12 by 12 paper in the middle, because it is bigger than 12 by 12. So you're protecting those edges and corners. And then when you pull it out, you would have the scraps, pre-cut pieces, and the paper all together by category. So it does work as a file folder, easily accommodating 12 by 12, but keep in mind, it was designed for scraps. So I don't know why this is in here, but I'm going to put it back. So that is a Scrap Master. So sneak peek. I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to leave the space here for a minute. Again, we do have, after lots of requests, once we came out with that Scrap Master, and then people said, well, can I get different sizes in the Scrap Master? And the answer is soon you will be able to do that. So this is the A4 8.5 by 11 Scrap Master. It will work in our paper handler. And we are looking at doing a pop-up cube that will fit this as well. We also have this coming in 6x6. Little sneak peek info for those of you who are Tuesday Tribe members. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the first place you will be able to get the 6x6, which I did do a little sneak peek on, I think, before, right? I think Stephanie, the Stamps of Life, is going to be the launch site for the 6x6. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we will. The A4 8.5 by 11 is coming. The 6x6 is actually, I believe, on its way. So we will have 3 sizes. The 3 most popular sizes for paper crafting, card making will be available in Scrap Master as well. You heard it here first. This is one of the reasons, the fun reasons for joining the Tuesday Tribe or watching the Tuesday Tribe videos, is because you get to be in the know of what's coming next. Let's see. File, we answered that. Deborah Panther says, are the fabric wraps coming back? Please, I believe they are. I just did. I just sent off some details to the factory. It was some minor changes, not to the fabric wraps. Those are pretty good to go, but like to the file folders that they go in, and I think we're going to bring back the Laura 2.0. So it'll be called not 2.0 because it's a new version, but I worked up. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have goosebumps. I'm so excited about this Laura remodel. So the Laura bag, which I don't have it here, darn it. It's the long, skinny, tall bag. It holds buddy bags, but it's also big enough to hold those fabric wrap cards. And I worked with my mom on it to turn it into really the quintessential knitting bag. So all that info is just going to the factory this week for sampling. When I get it, I will show you, but I changed the front panel so it rolls down and you have all this tool storage. So if you put it on top of your rolling tote, you can roll down that flap and it sits on top of your roller and you can get to all your tools. It's going to be super, super cool. But yes, we are really working on some good sewing storage items, motivated by the Joann stores asking for them, but you all are going to love them because, of course, everything other than the fabric wrap stuff can be used across the crafting board. So I'm a little excited about the whole thing. But yes, thanks for asking. I'm glad we're on the sewing chat here. Deborah says, thanks for that tour. I love your space. You're welcome. My pleasure. I wish you were my neighbor. Question. Did I miss the 10-inch slide session store? I want them for my kitchen cabinets. Susan Berry. You did not. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had an answer for that. They're ready to go. They're designed. They're approved. I really thought we would have them for Black Friday, but I have not gotten any notice about them arriving anytime soon. So yeah, please just keep asking and I will keep letting you know as soon as I know as soon as I know more information. The number one advocate for those is my mother, who probably asks me once a week, when are they coming in? I will let all of you know as soon as I do. Let's see. Question from Allison. Is there a chance? Oh, that was button bag set. I already saw that. Okay. Comment. Because of you and your organizing techniques, I can quickly find what I need. Woo, woo. Feeling totally Tiffanized. So glad to hear it. I love that, right? I love the idea that people are crafting more and having more fun and feeling better about crafting because they're more organized and they're using totally Tiffany stuff. That makes me so happy. It makes my day, actually. All right, let's see here. What can I use for the Alta New enamel dots? They're 9.5 by 6.5 and 4.5. I think they would probably fit in the 9x4 pockets. Now remember, anything that's totally Tiffany is bigger than what it's what we say it is. I'm gonna grab those pockets right now. The 9x4 pockets are part of the Slimline storage collection. So so you'll find them under Slimline. I'm pretty sure that they, so much for my tidy studio, really, I'm making a mess over here. I'm pretty sure that Stephanie has them, Stamps of Life. I'm going to pull out, oh, I have my measuring mat here. So these are actual size, a little bit over 4.5, and they are about 9 3/4. So that is going to work great for 9x4. Now, if you want to go bigger and use the 9x6 pockets that are part of the Kirsten, what did I do with that? That's these guys, right? Yeah, that's a 9x6. So these are just over 9 inches, the 9x6 pocket, and 6 ends. Just shy of 6.5 inches tall, but they're open at the top, so stuff could stick out. Same thing with these, the 9x4. So, and you can always go, oh, 9. You said they're 9. I was going to say you could always go the 8x5 pockets as well. Let's see. Oh, I read that on this screen. It went too fast. So hopefully the 9x4 pockets, the 9x6 pockets will work. This is going to fit in the 9x4 toolbox. This is going to fit the 9x6 toolbox. Also, they fit in the Slimline storage box and the Kirsten buddy bag for the 9x6 pockets there. Let's see. Question. Do you have videos on how to store knitting supplies? Hi, Bonnie. I'm so glad you're here. No, I don't actually knit. I mean, other than, right, this kind of concept of putting your skeins of yarn vertically in the number 6 slide, stash, and store. And then if you have them on a shelf, it's easy to color code them or by type of yarn, I guess. Now, some yarns are really big and bulky, so but I don't knit, so I don't have a really great understanding of. So one of the things when I'm designing product, and this is where my mother has come in handy with the knitting sewing bag because she does those things, is I try to think before I think about how to store it, I think about how it's used and how you move around with it and what other things you need to have with you when you're doing that craft. And I don't have a really great grasp on knitting other than working with this knitting bag with my mom and kind of talking about where you would place it and how the yarn should pull out of it and how much yarn you need in it and how many knitting needles would you actually use and the other things that you need, like stitch counters and clippers and, the needles with the, what I'm talking about, that are all flexy. I don't know what they're called. So I feel like I have a good grasp on what you need when you're knitting and how you move around with that. But as we move forward with more knitting and more sewing, I will get more education. And I'm always, if you are challenged with something, again, and you want to send me a picture and say, this is what I do, this is what I need. I love that kind of information. That really helps me be a better product designer and address the things that you need, even though I might not do the craft, right? One of the things I have avoided doing is introducing products that I don't understand how they'll be used. So it'll be helpful as I get more into knitting. I try to learn to knit. I try to learn to crochet. Something in here doesn't work for that. I don't know if the connection is bad or what, but it's, after taking a couple of lessons, I have a strong appreciation for people who can just talk and knit and drop the stitch and move this stitch and mark that and then do this. And the whole time they're just talking or watching TV and they're following their pattern. I thought I was a good multitasker, but I think the knitting reading, talking. Oh, that's a whole different skill set than I possess. But I have tried it. Okay. Paula says, will you be having a Black Friday sale? Yes, we will. I don't know what it is. I have a meeting next Tuesday with the sale team, with the commercial team that plans those things out. And part of our issue has been this lack of communication between the two warehouses and the website. So hopefully we'll have that resolved, and then we'll be able to have some really great specials on the website for Black Friday. All right, my friends, let's see what else we got here rolling up. Donna says late again. Welcome, Donna. We're glad you made it. Okay, see if I can feed through here and grab any questions real quickly in the feed. Now, remember, if you haven't, okay, Janine Perriman says, how many magnet sheets will fit in the toolbox? I'm going to answer that, Janine, I promise. But if you haven't commented, commenting in the feed is how you get into the drawing. So make sure you comment. How many magnet sheets will fit in the toolbox? I'm going to pull out these slimline pockets real quickly and pop them in here. Now, this is the slimline storage box compared to the toolbox. So you've got about a 1/2 inch more space in this toolbox than you do in the slimline box. I'm loading this weird because I can't move my arm the normal direction of things. So most of these pockets have magnets, and lots of them have stamps and magnets in there. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to say at least 25. If you only had, because we're only at about halfway, right? This is only about halfway full right now, and I've got 15 pockets in there. So at least 25. And if all you had was one magnet and one set of dies in each pocket, you could probably do closer to 35 or 40. So yeah, they're quite beefy. And they have the heavier interior box in them as well, so they can handle a lot more weight. And then again, because of that zipper closure all the way around, everything's pretty protected. Handle top, handle side. But yeah, I'm going to say it's going to vary. I mean, but when you look like this one, I have 5 stencils, right? I've got two thicknesses. Oh, no, only one. I thought there was 2. Oh yeah, there's another set of stamps on this side, right? So I've got 2 sets of stamps. I've got a magnet with the dies on it. I got 5, and I've got 5 stencils in there. So the pockets, you can really bulk them up. Now remember, you can put 2 magnet sheets. If you're just doing dies, you can put 2 magnet sheets, one facing backward and one facing forward, in each pocket as well. So depending on what you're using them for, yeah, but quite a bit. You can get quite a bit in there. And then it's going to be, if you're using it for dies with the magnets, it's going to be quite heavy, which is one of the reasons that the bags aren't giant, right? That they're not, 8 inches deep, is because just the weight of those magnets and dies. We think dies don't weigh anything when we're picking one up, but when you pick up a whole bunch of them, especially on magnetic sheets, they're quite heavy. So you're going to be able to get quite a lot in there. Let's see. Gloria says, I'm looking forward to the IKEA info. Yeah, that's going to be on Paper Crafters Workshop. So if you are not following Paper Crafters Workshop on social media, I would pop over there and either follow them or sign up for their email list, and then you'll know when things are happening. Also, Katie King, our gal Katie, will put stuff on our social media about when I'm going to be on doing the IKEA Calyx Expedit demo. So, but it's on the 21st, I believe, in the afternoon, Pacific time. We'll be on Mountain Time by then. The weird time change thing. But I think it's like at 5 Mountain Time. Barb Carlson says, I love my space. I spent some time tidying up yesterday. The only downside is I haven't had as much crafting time as I would like. Isn't that the truth, right? We just don't. There's never enough crafting time. Let's see. Question. What do you use to put your Cricut on? I just have it on a cart. And then I can move it around. So you saw it kind of pushed up on that cart back against the wall near my desk. So I mean, obviously you're using your computer with your Cricut, right? My desk has that return on it. So I can just pull that Cricut and it's on the opposite side of the return and then open it up and I can have all my supplies right there and feed things in and out of it. But then I just push it back. So it's on top of a cart. If you have the Totally Tiffany paper cart, it works perfectly on that. But even if you just have one of those 3-tiered carts, it works great for that. Now the 3-tiered cart, I just have it sitting on top of the 3-tiered cart because I don't have enough paper carts to have it on my paper cart. And the paper, so it's just like the ones, okay. So you can't, the 3-tiered carts that are like at Michael's and Joann's, the rails come up the sides. And so there's 2 little things that poke up off the side. So you can't set your Cricut on top of it. This cart I just got on Amazon. And one thing I love about it is it folds flat. Like the only assembly, I think all I had to do is put the wheels on. The baskets on it all fold down. And so they just kind of popped up. And then I'll try to share a link to it. But it was just, matter of fact, I'll look really quickly here on and see if I can. And then the Cricut just sits on top of it. Now, I'll be honest with you. It's 3-tiered. Sorry, this is why we miss Susie, rolling cart. It does jiggle a little bit when I use it, and I was nervous about that, but it worked out great. So if you're going to put it works great. So if you're going to put your Cricut on top of that, let me add the word folding here and see if that helps. Narrow the search. You just want to keep in mind that you need the one with the handle at the back. Here it is. I'm going to share a link to it. This is kind of a fancy one with some little extra accessories or whatever. But you'll see what I'm talking about. The handle is at the back. So type a message. Whoa. Paste. Go. It's a big old long link. But if you click on it, you will see what I'm talking about, the handle at the back. So the Cricut will sit across the top of that cart, and it works really, really great for that. And then again, I just pull it to the opposite side of my desk, open it up, and it's awesome. So if you have the Totally Tiffany paper cart with the top, that will work flawlessly. I just don't have enough of them to hold that. The paper cart is designed, that top is big enough for that machine. That's what it was designed for. We don't sell them anymore. So if you don't have one, check out this one on Amazon. It's $48. But once you see it, you'll see what I mean. The handle's at the back so the machine can sit in front of it. There may be other ones on there. They don't have so many accessories that are less money or better colors or whatever, but that's what you should look for if you want that. When I use the Cricut, it does kind of jiggle a little bit. So if that bothers you, that's not going to be a good cart for that, but it's a great solution and it's easy. And then I probably didn't see this in the video, but my cords and cables and stuff for the Cricut, I hung just in a buddy bag off the side of it, but easily to do your tools and that kind of thing, all right there as well in that cart. My Cricut Joy is actually one level down on that same cart. So super versatile, functional, all those things. I have the mats hanging off the back on a hook. I think the hooks were from the American Crafts cart version also. All right, let's see. I use a craft cart with top for my Cricut. It works great for that. What a great price on that cart. Yeah, it's like $48. And there's probably other ones that have less accessories than this one does. This one looks like it comes with a couple of little cups and stuff, but mine, of course, is turquoise blue. I don't know. It doesn't look like this particular manufacturer has colors other than black, white, gray, but they're really helpful. Robin says, I have so many TT products. I just have to figure out what IKEA cabinet to buy that will work best for each to finish my craft room. So these are IKEA, the shelves behind me. I love them because they're open and easy to move around, easy to get all this different height. The IKEA Kallax, or I think it used to be called the X, but the Kallax is what they have now. That is also a great crafty shelving unit. I have that as well. And you're going to see that when we talk about it on November 21st. I bought a special just 2-unit Kallax so it could sit up on my workspace and we could talk about organizing your supplies in that 2-unit Kallax. All right, my friends, let's see. Oh, I need to pop back over here and see what Katie's got in the question realm for me. When will the toolboxes be available? They're going to launch on Monday night around 5 o'clock Pacific time with Stephanie Bernard at the Stamps of Life. So if you are not on her email list or you don't follow her on social media, you want to pop over to stampsoflife.com, follow along, and you will know as soon as they come out. Let's see. Okay, I think that's it, my friends. So big news. Stephanie's event on next Monday. If you're in Canada, on the 8th, we're going to launch the toolboxes on Paper Crafters Workshop. So be sure and tune in to that. They ship into the US as well. So you can also buy them from them and they will ship into the US if they have other things that you want at the same time. Coming soon, the 6x6 Scrapmaster and the A4 8.5x11 Scrapmaster. You don't want to miss out on that stuff. I think that's it. Oh, winner. Uh-oh. That's my alarm. Time to announce the winner. This week's winner, Julie Anderson. Congratulations, Julie. You have won a $25 Totally Tiffany shopping spree. If you are not a member of Club Inspire, please join Club Crafters Companion Club Inspire because that is where they will load your $25. And once you've joined Club Inspire, please email prizes with an S at crafterscompanion.com. Let them know you're this week's winner and they will get you all hooked up with your $25. All right, my crafty friends, I hope all of you have a wonderful, crafty, and fun Halloween. I'm looking forward to talking to all of you again next week, and that will be one day after Stephanie launches the toolboxes. So we'll talk a little bit about that next week as well. Remember, save up your crafty organization questions. Pop back in next Monday and see us right here. Oh, one last thing. If you're not a subscriber on the YouTube channel, if you subscribe and click the bell, then you will know whenever we go live with the wonderful Tuesday Live. That'll be a little bit of a reminder to pop in and join us. All right, my crafty friends, thanks for joining me. I will see you all next week.